I feel wrecked and my life's a mess. Second guess everything I do. I gotta listen to Priam's Corner. Learn and play, smile the day away. Live, laugh, love, you know your order. I gotta listen to, help me get my life in order. I gotta listen to Priam's Corner. Hello, welcome back to Priam's Corner. Okay, yeah, Priam's Corner, welcome back, episode 2. Hot off the press, selling like hotcakes. Righto, we got a ripper. We got a ripper of an episode for you. And straight off the bat, I've just come back from the toilet. I've returned, and this is something I feel quite passionate about. Is give me a squat toilet, you know. I wish I had a squat toilet. I have used squat toilets and I love them because you're close to the ground. So for starters, you're not, your balance is great. If there's an earthquake and you're on the toilet, I suppose you're sitting on it. I don't think I've been on the toilet in an earthquake. But, you're a bit higher, so you might fall off and you might get some, poo in your bum or something, or you might pee everywhere. But, if you're squatting, you're really close to the ground, so you're just surfing that earthquake if that happens. But that's not the main reason. I've heard from multiple sources that your bowels have they're kind of curvy. They're not straight. It's not like, one of those hardcore hydro slides where your poo just goes and it's like a snake or like a lazy river meandering through your body. And so when you're sitting on the toilet, on a normal toilet, that it's still quite bendy. But here's the kicker. When you pop a squat, you straighten those bowels out, you sort of stretch it, and you're kind of squeezing, you're letting all of that poo out. But if you're just sitting on a regular toilet, like a chair-style toilet, a lot of that poo just remains inside you. And, you can get it out, but what tends to happen if you want to get it all out? You might not want to get it out. You might want to keep it in there, if you've grown attached to it. It's been with you for 12 to 24 hours, I think. I'm not sure. It depends if you drink coffee. Might be out faster. But what happens is if you want to get it out, which is good. It's good to get rid of that stuff. It's natural, meant to happen. What happens if you want to get it out on a chair toilet is you got to squeeze harder, and you get like all sorts going wrong. You can. I won't go into details. You probably don't want to hear it, but yeah, it's not good for you. We'll just say that. Yeah, I think we'll leave that there. Leave that to your imagination. Plant that seed in your head. But yeah, so that's just something I thought I'd public health announcement, PHA, a FA. So, yeah, don't discount the power of the squat toilet. Don't shit all over the idea of a squat toilet, or do. That's what they're there for. And, our ancestors used squat toilets. Well, they didn't even use toilets. They just, they're just, I don't know what they did, to be honest. I guess if they were nomadic, they might have just gone in the bush or something, or I don't know if they would have pooed in caves. Have they found fossilized poo in cave times? Caves? I don't know. Maybe that's what they drew some of the cave art with. I don't know. I mean, people do that nowadays and they call it art. So, maybe it's got a long cultural heritage. Waste not, want not as well. So, yeah, I mean, I probably wouldn't poo in a cave. I'd probably go out the cave and, maybe dig a hole, and there you go, squat toilet. And even if you're not digging a hole, if you're just doing it on the ground, you're still squatting. Well, you're not standing up, are you? It'll sort of like kind of Spider-Man down your leg. It'll sort of pat, 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 pat. Depends how sticky it is, how hairy your legs are. But, cave people, I can imagine they would have been quite hairy. Maybe that smell would have attracted prey. And then maybe they could have turned around and killed them. Maybe that's a good idea. Maybe next time I go hunting, I might poo my pants and see what happens. Not that I go hunting, but yeah. Okay, so yeah, here we are again. Episode 2, Preon's Corner. I don't know what I'm going to call it. And feel free to get in touch with me with your poems. I'll read them out. With your songs, I'll play them. Any comments or anything you want to say. I'll do my best to read them out. I'm on Facebook. If you look up Preon Swansea, I don't even know. Is that too vague? PREONN space SUAENCY. It's so vague. I don't even have a phone number to give you or a specific thing. You just got to search for me. Although if you're listening to this, you probably know where I am already anyway. So I don't know what I'm talking about. I don't know how all that stuff works. I'll do my best. I'll promise to you that I'll do my best to improve that situation. But I'm chucking stuff up on YouTube and on Spotify. Same name. You know the deal. You're already listening to it. Why am I talking about it? Get in touch. Okay. So the word of the day today, I think, should be pollution. That is POLLUTION. Pollution. The pollution was very bad in the city today. There's a dust cloud of pollution weaving its way through the city. That's pretty gross. In the countryside, the pollution levels were very low. Yeah, there's some sentences you can use with the word pollution. It's like pollution, contamination, sort of dirty, gross stuff that's not meant to be there, that's not good for living things. I guess pollution's subjective though, isn't it? Some bacteria love feces. Oh, we're coming back to poo again. It always returns to poo. Everything turns to poo in the end. But some bacteria loves poo, so that they would say, that's not pollution, that's my food. That's my dinner, mate. Hey, get away from my bloody dinner. To them, a toilet might be like a Denny's, like a ritzy buffet. And but to us, if I pooed in your glass of water, if I came up to you and you're at a bar and I popped a squat up on the bar and did a wee dollop in your cocktail glass, what does James Bond have? He has like the dry martini, shaken, not stirred, and definitely no turd, he would say. Old James. And if I did that, if I popped a wee dollop into your dry martini, and you turned around and you saw that, you'd say, hey, stop polluting my bloody drink, you gross guy. But if you were a bacteria, and I did that, you might take me home. You might say, grab your coat, mate. You've pulled. You're coming home with me to squat some more dollops into my drinks, and then we'll make savage bacteria love. You can penetrate my sides with your member and put all your poop in me. Okay, that's enough for that. I think it's a good time for a song, but I don't like doing what's good for the time, so I'm not going to do a song. I'm going to make you wait for that, because I know how much you enjoyed it last time. So, right now, I think we should do some reading comprehension. No, it's a reading comprehension game. That sounds more fun. So, let's play a game. We've got a game here, a reading comprehension game. Right, so I'm going to read out a bit of like a passage, and I'm going to test you how much you understand, or what what you can gather from it. I could say at the end of it, I could read it out, and I could say, "Hey, did you understand all that? Did you get that?" And you could just say, "Yeah." But you could be lying, so I don't know if you've actually understood it. So, reading comprehension, I'm going to ask you these 4 questions at the end of the passage. There you go, you're getting free brain training from old Preon. Okay, so question 1 is, what must we traverse to enter Paradiso? Question number 2 is, how many truths make up Paradiso? Question number 3 is, what time periods is Paradiso connected to? And number 4 is, why is it dangerous to linger in Paradiso? Okay, there are your questions. Get your notepads or your brain memories ready. And here we go. So this is an excerpt from the Zem Bible. This section is called Finding a Spirit Animal to Get to Paradiso. Here we go. Paradiso is the closest representation of unity that our current form of energy can perceive. Some cultures use words like heaven, Zen, nirvana, etc. Paradiso is connected to all of these. Somewhere in our evolution, humans developed an idea that we are different from other animals. This disconnect from nature and spirit blinded us to our previous form, that of an animal. Most people needed to reconnect with their inner spirit animal in order to traverse the space-time continuum parallax and enter Paradiso. Throughout one's life, the spirit animal may remain the same or change to reflect personal growth. Whatever comes to you will have the appearance of an animal, but this is partly for your own animal state to conceive. In reality, all is pure energy. Paradiso is all truths through all time, space, and energy. It is the most amazing garden. It is also simply pure light. It is a safe underwater paradise, and it is all of your friends and family, past, present, and future. It is warmth, comfort, and enlightenment. It is everything as it should be, but cannot be yet, and what once was about to come again. With Zemoma, we can travel to Paradiso, but because we are anchored in this reality, it would be very dangerous to linger for too long. The spirit can be overwhelmed with love and separate from the body, causing both to rearrange into base elements of the universe. Theoretically, if one attained complete and pure enlightenment with the body and spirit, they would be able to completely disappear from this reality and permanently reside in Paradiso forever. Possibly echoes of their past remain in the elements of this universe, but more study needs to be done in this field. How is that? All right, so questions again. Question number 1, what must we traverse to enter Paradiso? You got it? The space-time continuum parallax, of course. Question number 2. How many truths make up Paradiso? That's right, all of them. What time periods is Paradiso connected to? Oh, you just copied the answer to the second question. But you're right, it's all. And question number 4, why is it dangerous to linger in Paradiso? because the body-spirit connection can weaken, separating both, usually resulting in a form of death or, element rearrangement. How was that? I hope you've comprehended a bit of Zemo. And it's a bad time for a song, so we're going to play one. That was A Fine Time for Ale from the soundtrack to The Weird Adventure, which is a movie made in Ōtautahi, Christchurch, New Zealand. And you can find that on my YouTube channel. It's pretty cool, fun movie, if I do say so myself, with a ripping soundtrack. Yeah, check it out. All right, so after that calming piece of music, I think it's a good time. Well, there was no singing in that song, was there? So I guess you missed my voice. And no one sent me in any poems yet, but it's still early days. It's only the second episode. Calm down. So I thought I'd read you one of mine. And I was just reading through it during that song, and I realised I was quite angry a while ago. So excuse me about, if any of these lyrics or, words upset you, but it's not too bad, I think. We'll dive into it. So this is called Light Pollution. Hey, word of the day. Light pollution. Well, not light pollution, but pollution. Yeah. Is that why I chose it? Maybe. Okay, here it goes. Back to the earth among birth and death. Look at the stars through a hole in the mess. When the ego dies, the people unite. You want to get your way, selfish prick. Born and raised like a dot in the eyes, the rage disguised by the light in the night. A fight tonight, flashing and bright. I've seen the future. The future is death. To be or to be, there is no question. Shape of the identity, energy, your weak imagination, retarded empathy, ignorance, arrogance won't set your mind free. You write the word truth on a wall in your cell with your own shit as soon as it fell from the hole in your head that leads to your eyes, plugged into your phone as you try to disguise the ignorance, arrogance written in shit on a wall in your head that imagined it was a word in my phone typed with my thumbs. As the stars disappeared, my eyes became numb. The city swallowed, and I became dumb. The dirt rained, and I couldn't breathe. The lights blinded, and I couldn't believe. The noise was constant, and I couldn't relax. The tension cut off blood to my legs and back. Armed to the teeth with scripts and tokens, trinkets, machines, and chemical lotions, I set about comfort, seeking the way to disconnect from nature, fear my own death, become a tool, find my meaningful spirituality, and you know the rest. So yeah, please send me in any of your poems or songs, and I keep saying that, and I mean it. And we'll chuck them on this wonderful, fun little podcast we got going on here. What's up next? What is on the agenda? What's on the board, Miss Ford? I know last episode, I promised you some cooking. So I've got a recipe here, and it's a recipe for. I made the recipe, to be honest, and I haven't tried it, but in my mind it sounds bloody good and interesting. Not just another one of those boring, potatoes with cheese recipes. This isn't just about the food. This isn't just about your mouth. Get it, open your mind. This is about emotions and spirituality. We've got a weird theme of spirituality and pollution today. That's how do they connect? Maybe we'll find out as the episode goes on. But yeah, here's our recipe for sad and dirty blood burger sliders. So you start with the patties. So you're going to need some spinach leaves, seed husks, garlic, mustard, soy sauce, jalapenos, coffee, and a bit of fresh dirt for the patties. So what you want to do is you get your spinach leaves, you open them out, and you pour the other ingredients into the spinach leaves, sort of, let's say, a tablespoon for some of them and a teaspoon for some of the others. You decide the ratios. I'm not going to tell you everything. You're going to eat it. I'm not going to eat it. And then, so when all these ingredients are sitting on the spinach leaves, you wrap up the spinach leaves and put them on the floor and give them a good bash. Let all your anger and your stress out. Sometimes that can be helpful to, if you got pent up stress. Maybe you've been playing a really hard video game, or maybe your workplace is just bullshit. Let all that out on these spinach leaves because they need to be compacted and pounded into patties. Oh, but don't put the coffee or the dirt in there. That's so when all those spinach patties are compacted and beaten the shit out of, you want to make sure they're like tight patties. You're making a patty. So what we want to do is you want to dust them in the coffee and the fresh dirt, and then burn them. So if you're like me, I don't have a fireplace. You could get a lighter if you're a smoker, or if you light candles or something. That's a good idea. You could roast it over a candle, like a scented candle could be good. Then you might get an extra flavour in there. So you just want to burn those patties, really, really burn the shit out of them. Release those coffee and dirt flavours for the outside. And set them aside. That's your patties done. Next, you want to get a rye bread bun is the best. The heavier, the healthier, the darker, the healthier for bread. This is what I always believe in. So you want to stack them with. So you get your fresh chilies and you cut them lengthways and sort of butterfly them out. Put them on. You want to get a slice of lemon. Chuck that on there. Some lettuce, some pickle, some hop leaves, or if you don't have hops growing, you could use grapevine leaves. They're pretty good. And stack those up. Then basically what you want to do is you want to get a corn, like a cob of corn with the leaves and stuff. Get rid of the corn. I mean, you could chuck it in your burger if you want, but that's not my recipe. I accept no responsibility for anything really in my life. So you can get rid of that corn, do what you want with that, feed it to your pigs, and then you want to chuck that burger into the empty corn cob leaf husk. And what you want to do then, get just like a small knife or something, nothing too crazy. You could get your shaver from your body modification kit. And you just want to make a small incision under your eyelid, just a wee slit, just slit under your eye. And if you've got like puffy eyes, maybe you've got your diet's too rich in sodium, maybe you eat too much salt, like me. You might have puffy eyes, and so this is just my idea. You could squeeze some of that fat out into the burger, because everyone loves fat. So you want to drizzle those boigers with some blood and tears. Then you want to stitch up. Well, first you want to stitch up your eyelid, and then stitch up the husks. So it's kind of like knitting. If you do knitting, you could get your wool and just thread that through a needle, and we're making stitches. This from the last episode. And then what you want to do is you want to find a dark hole somewhere. So I like to find a bog, because they're quite warm often. They've got that natural fermentation going on with all the vegetables sort of matter underneath, and it's probably some dead animals as well. But you don't need that. You could have you could put it in sand. You could dig a sandy hole. If the sand's loose, might be a bit hard. It might end up being like an antlion pit or something. But anyway, you got to bury it somewhere dark. And just leave them there for to ferment. Fermented food is all the rage, and justifiably so, because it's really healthy for you. Probiotics are fantastic. So you want to leave that sucker in there for about a week if it's summer, or if it's winter, maybe about 10 weeks. Get it nice and fermented. And then you want to dig it up, and then final step is one of the final steps is you're chucking that burger into a pot of hot cream. So if you let the cream dissolve and burn until you've heated up the burger, no one wants a cold burger. You got this piping hot, bloody sad and dirty blood burger slider, which is fantastic. And so basically you undo the husk now, yes, which is your slider. So if you did have a pneumatic tube system around your house, you could send it to your brother or your sister in the other room. You could say, "Hey sis, get a sad and dirty blood burger slider in you," and she'll go, "Yeah, chuck us one of them." And you put it in your tube, and it pops out, and she doesn't have to get up. It's convenient. What a world we live in. Luxury. So she's got this burger, and you've got your burger, and maybe you send one to your mum. Mum, get a burger in you. And she could say, already on it. I made my own ages ago, boy. And then your whole family's, and dad, don't forget about him. Your whole family's eating these beautiful burgers. So, but don't just munch it down like some bloody heathen, like a barbarian. We're not barbarians. So what you want to do before you eat it, you want to assemble a black triangle. You want to place that on the nearest window, and you want to eat the burger while that triangular shadow is covering your face. So that's probably the best results. And then basically you're going to hum, while you're eating, you want to hum your favourite tune in the Mixolydian scale, and that resonates the different flavour notes from the blood, and that combines, as it travels through the burger, that combines with the other ingredients, the boring ingredients, and it unlocks all the flavours. Magic. We're performing magic here. It's food magic. People say food is chemistry, but it's not. It's magic. No one understands it. So then we say, itadakimasu, or bon appetit, or dig into the grub, guys. It's dinner time, and burgers are on the menu. Sad and dirty blood burger sliders. Get it in you. It's good. Good for what ails you. Yeah, so that's the recipe of the day. I think you've had a lot going on in your life, and I think you need to relax with another relaxing tune. That's our theme. That's our third theme today. We've got pollution, spirituality, and just chill out. Just relax. I'm going to play you some relaxing music. This one's called Lullaby, and it's another track. Aren't you lucky? It's another track off 101 Wonderful Games for Fun Men. All right, here it is. And that was Lullaby number 1 of 101 Wonderful Games for Fun Men by yours truly, Preon Swansea. And while that was playing, I realised in the recipe I gave you for the Sad and Dirty Bloodburger sliders, I suggested that you hum your favourite tune in the Mixolydian scale. And then I realised that not everyone might know the Mixolydian scale. And to be honest, I don't really either. I'm just going off other things that I've learned. So I decided to dig deeper. And, we're getting really deep here. We're going into Wikipedia. I think that's part of the dark web or something, because I had to do some digging. And so we're doing a deep dive into Mixolydian scale. And this Wikipedia says that it's a scale, and it's an old scale of music. It's a bunch of notes, and it says the modern diatonic mode is the scale forming the basis of both the rising and falling forms of Harikamboji in Carnatic music. Hope I pronounced that right. The classical music form of southern India, or Kamaj in Hindustani music, the classical music of northern India. And then here it also says Greek Mixolydian is the idea of a Mixolydian mode comes from the music theory of ancient Greece. So it resembles the Lydian mode. And oh my God, how deep do we want to dig? I'll let you do your own digging. I've given you the shovel. You do it. You dig your own grave. But yeah, one last thing I can do for you is I can play you a bit of the Mixolydian scale. So here it is now. The Mixolydian scale, sounding very lovely there. And I think it's a good time to move on to the next segment of the show before we wrap things up. This is called Preon's Life Hacks. And this is a life hack for if you feel like maybe things are going really well in your life and maybe it's too much, too overwhelming, and you're getting too happy, things are going too good, and it's too much for you, and your happiness is spiraling out of control, everything's going your way, and maybe it's frightening, and because maybe you've had a shit life and now finally things are going good, but it's happening too fast. So here's a tip from Preon to keep you grounded, to keep you, sane and not too happy. No one wants to get too happy. So every night when you go to bed, you got your routine. You put on your gym jams, you brush your teeth. Well, you floss your teeth, then you brush your teeth. That's what I do. And maybe you've you read your book or your Woman's Day magazine or whatever in bed, and just after you turn that light out, you got to remember this: when you turn that light switch out, you got to think of the top 5 regrets you have in your life. Like, what are 5 things you really regret? You wish you did it differently. Just focus on those. And if you can't think of 5, just think of 3. Maybe you can think of more. Maybe you've got lots of regrets. But basically, if you don't want to be too happy, just focus on things you regret, especially things you can't change. That's really good. Worry about things you can't change, and then that'll keep you grounded. And people will pick up on that, and people will notice you and say, now there's a grounded person. I like that person because they're like me, and we can all depend on that person to not be too happy, not get too crazy, just toe the line. And I've noticed that's what a lot of society likes. Yeah. Okay, so we're approaching the 43 mark, which I don't know why I'm making all these episodes 43 minutes, but that's happened so far. So who am I to buck the change? The buck stops here. And so we've got Chillout, spirituality, and pollution are our themes today. So, yeah, you might notice some things in the rest of your day. I hope it goes well. I hope you take care of yourself and take care of each other. Don't forget to, send me some love or some cookies or just some poems or some music, anything, any photos I could do vocal poetry on or just anything. Send me a puzzle. I like puzzles. And help an animal, foster some empathy, drink some water, and be kind to yourself. Okay. Love you heaps. Creon Swansea out. Bye.